Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, June 26th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture my evolution efforts. And today the story is mostly about the moon, but we do have Mercury shifting from Cancer into Leo. This means Mercury is going to spend a large portion of the day at 29 degrees Cancer because it shifts at 5:19 p.m. Pacific time. 29-degree Cancer. Be conscious of what's coming up for you. Be conscious of the feels that are moving through you at this time. This is very important because we're about to start our second Mercury retrograde of the year, and it will be retrograding back through this degree, back through Cancer. So we're going to make 3 passes over this 29-degree energy. So it's some mastery of the level of consciousness that comes to us through that emotional energy. You know, our emotions, our feels, they are trying to get our attention, and it is for a reason. And the reason is either like, yes, this is the right direction, keep going here. And that's when you're like, oh my God, this feels so good. And sometimes it's like, whoa, you don't want to go there. When it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm feeling. Your feels are so important. Dig into the consciousness behind them. It's so easy to suppress them, whether it's through food or alcohol or stimulation, outside stimulation, watching TV. We're constantly distracted from going deeper within. But the more you can go deeper within, you've got the Chariot card, the awareness card. This is the card of Cancer. It will help drive us forward, help nurture your personal evolution efforts. And that's the other thing of note, is that we are in our first revolution evolution of Sun and Cancer. So the universe may be poking, triggering some of these fields to come up, to be processed, so you can find a greater sense of harmony within yourself. Look at these cards. They're so watery. Beyond Illusion, 10 of Cups, this Harmony card, and the Chariot, or Awareness card. I got a playful kitten happening. So we want to dive into these watery energies. Let's talk a little bit about Mercury into Leo, because this is also important. This is where Mercury is going retrograde in a few days. So Mercury in Leo, bringing consciousness to the heart, bringing consciousness to the heart process, to the inner child process, to the process of our creativity. But I feel like it's mostly heart consciousness. And I think this is like going to really help us, support us through these eclipse energies to be present with the heart. What do I need right now? Here we go. Here's this card. The Lovers. Can you be present? Can you be conscious of what the heart is saying? You know, we have many consciousnesses through our body. I do believe that every cell even has consciousness. So it's like millions, trillions, bazillions of consciousness going on within us. But the main carriers, I would say, is the body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. And so even through that, that's like, 5 energies all feeding in together. Can you be aware of how the heart is leading you, how the heart is guiding you through this? This was last year's eclipse lessons. Don't you step on my computer. I have a curious kitten who really likes to take naps on the computer. So heart consciousness, going in deeper into the heart. And I think that's where so many feels are collected. The feels of the things that we really long for and desire, the feels of things that we don't let ourselves go after, I feel like are often stored there. What are these dreams that are calling you forth? The more you tune into that heart energy, the more you tune into that heart consciousness, you will be able to break through these chains that have held you back. And it's about getting beyond that illusion that you can't have that harmony, that you can't have those dreams, that you can't have those desires. And here you are, moving forth, the Chariot. All right, so let's talk about some of these other energies that we have going on. We have the moon in Aries, and that moon in Aries wants us to drive forward. It's like, can we be there already? Moon in Aries, interestingly enough, is squaring the nodes today. So as the moon in Aries squares the nodes, you're going to make a choice. Are you going to nurture yourself and take action with that will nurture you? Or are you going to fall into that should category where you are shoulding all over yourself and honoring that? It's going to be up to you how and where you take that action. The moon has some other interesting connections, though, that will probably drive it. My feeling is if you follow that heart consciousness, if you listen to the feels, you are going to be nurturing yourself and driving yourself the right direction for you. Kitty Winkles. So, moon in Aries is trining Jupiter. Jupiter in Sagittarius. I feel like this goes so strongly with that heart energy. Look into your heart. Look and feel what you feel gratitude for in your life right now, and that will show you what direction that you want to move in. I feel so much gratitude for this little snoogie thing. It was being so cute right now. But right after that, we have the moon in Aries squaring that Saturn energy. And Saturn's going to be like, I don't care what you're grateful for. This is not real Saturn. This is lower energy Saturn. I don't care what you're grateful for. This is what you should be doing. We all have that taskmaster within us that's like, do this, get this done. You should be doing this. This is where you should be in life. And it's like society's program download within us. You can listen to that, but you don't have to. And that's not the true driving force. Can you come back to this driving force, this heart energy that will break you through those should chains, get you past that illusion that you've been living in? Moon will connect to Venus. Venus moving through that Gemini energy. Again, can you bring consciousness to the things that bring you to that place of beauty, the things that bring you to that place of pleasure, the things that light you up? You know, like, it's one of those things. I love this about the Gemini energy. The Gemini energy can mirror. So it can mirror the good or it can mirror the bad. But if you can take that decision, I want to mirror some beautiful things in my life, and then go look at the flowers, look at the nature, look at the cute kitten, you know, look at these things that do light you up. That again will push you in that direction that you want to go. Moon finally moves through and will square Pluto. What are you going to empower in this energy? There is resistance. There is resistance in the action. The moon in Aries ultimately wants us to be true to ourselves. So the moon in Aries is fighting that good fight. Pluto is working that transformation energy. So we can get to that place with the Capricorn energy where we are honoring the soul. And this is master degree, 22-degree energy, where we are mastering that soul, but still those shoulds. It's like, it feels like it's a shoulder coaster today. All right. All right, enough Mimi. Just be aware, what are the choices you're making? That's where your power ultimately is, in the choices you make and what direction you go. And there's always that opportunity to pivot or shift when you go back to those old patterns. Remember, that's one of the patterns that the astro is bringing to us, that we are breaking patterns at this time. I also want to note that Venus is going to be in conjunct Pluto tomorrow. So that in conjunct is like, how do we work with this beauty reflection energy of Venus in Gemini, that beauty consciousness, and still the seriousness of these transformational energies that are going on. So start working with that as those guys are coming into that in conjunct. All right. I'm going to leave you with the lyrics of a song that I've been listening to all morning called Trees on Fire by DJDS. And this lyric just keeps playing through my head. Hard times go by, don't it? You know, like, I keep hearing from people how intense this time feels. We are building to these eclipses. This astro that's leading up to it is very important. It's helping us move through these energies with as much grace as possible. But eclipses in Cancer, they bring up so much emotional energy. Be gentle with yourself. Be nurturing with yourself as much as possible. And realize that others in your life are also feeling these things, and they may not show up as you want them to. You know, they're dealing with their heavy emotions, and some have the consciousness of what's going on, and some do not. And even if you have the consciousness of what's going on, sometimes those tides come in anyway. Bring as much consciousness as you can to your game right now, and that will really help. All right, so take a second. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for those little kitten kisses I got earlier. Besides that, you can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiClark@gmail.com. I have a few people to get to. Don't worry, I will get to you. Just a few very busy days right now. And besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do have the power. Namaste.